audio, like I framed up your shot all from here.
Oh,
The
sweet.
graphics. So it's like I'm a one-person news studio.
Yeah, I struggle to jump back in the saddle with all the changes in technology.
This is like unlike anything I've ever seen. And for me, a big reason I wanted to take this job is because I do feel like it reflects where the industry's headed. You know, everything's getting so much more crazy with
It
like
is.
you have to be able to do all these different things. So I feel like it kind of helps me be ahead of the curve a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, absolutely.
Because people are going to have to learn this soon. You know?
Yeah,
Anyway, all right. Are you ready to rock and roll?
yeah.
I will tell Dave. So we'll bring it here. And this is a nice, easy. Let me close that out. Oh, we'll be okay. All right, get all my stuff here, ready to go. I'll tell him we're ready. Hello and welcome to Valley News Now. I'm your host, Adam Chalifoux, and today I am joined by Michelle Turnberg. Now, if you're a viewer, a longtime viewer of Valley News, you may recognize this name and this woman. Welcome back to Valley
Thank
News
you.
Live.
Thank you.
And so what we're talking about today is you've had quite the career change, and last night you were elected to the Fargo City Commission. So first off, I just want to congratulate you on that election.
Thank you very much. It was an exciting night.
And so, you know, we talked a little bit before about, you know, the process of getting to the point where you were ready to kind of jump into this. And it is a very interesting career path change for you. And so what did you learn here, you know, in your time being a reporter that prepared you for the role that you're just taking over now?
I think, you know, being in the media, you have access to a lot of information, and every city commission meeting, any city politics or issues that were going on, it was something that I was aware of. And so I had a pretty deep understanding of how the city worked. So that makes me feel comfortable moving into this position. Going into being a city commissioner was not something I thought that I would do. I was in media and here in this building for about 14 years. And so after that, I've been in medical sales since then, and in the business world. And I was approached by some like-minded, high-profile people in the community that approached me to take a run and put my hat in the ring for city commissioner, and here I am.
It sounds like that was something that all happened relatively recently, and you were able to just make the deadline, and here we are.
It did, yes, it did. We were down to the wire, so I was actually out of town when the deadline was happening, and I said, when I decided to go ahead and run, I said, I'll do it, but I'll need someone to go and actually hand in the paperwork for me. So they were more than happy to do it, and we got our name in and got on the ballot.
And so talking a little bit about your background, you are from Minnesota, but you've been in Fargo for about 30 years now.
Yes.
And so you've seen just eras of change and, you know, change in the world, change in Fargo. And so what kind of changes have you seen, and how do you think that information that you were able to gather over such a long time prepares you for this role?
Well, the growth is unbelievable. So I came to college here back in the early 90s, and just the landscape of the city is so much different than it was back then. So the city, it just continues to grow. So that's been something I've seen from, you know, I remember when 45th Street was just a single lane road, and the growth has been exponential and continues to do so. That's something I've had a firsthand look at.
And when we talk about the evolution of the city and the growth of the city, what kind of evolution and growth have you seen in terms of the needs of the city?
First and foremost, I think law enforcement. We really need to see what it is our law enforcement need, if they're staffed well enough, if they have the resources that they need. Crime has been going up in Fargo, and I think it's really important that we snub that out and do something about it. And if the police department isn't getting the resources that they need, that we find a way to get them.
One of the things that you said was that you want to bring a more conservative voice to the commission. So I want to ask you to elaborate on that.
I think spending is very important, that we're not just spending money that we don't have. People have been very concerned about the property taxes going up. We want to do what we can so people aren't having to pay more out of pocket. So that's really important.
Now, let me ask you about your journey as a member of the city, as someone who's been here so long. What made you come from Minnesota? And you must have, you have to love this area to go into a career of service now. And so what is it about this part of the country, in this town, that made you decide that you wanted to start giving back in a new way?
Yeah, I love this area. Like I said, I came to college here, and I didn't think that it would be a place that I would stay forever. I thought that I would go to college and working in the media, work for a while at one station, and then move across the country like so many people do. And I was fortunate to get into some very good roles early on, and so I stayed with KXJB and KVLY for quite a while, and just really fell in love with the city. Ended up getting married and having kids, and raised my kids here. They go to college here, so we've really put our roots down, and I want to see the city continue to flourish.
And when you talk about that media experience, do you think that there's any particular things that maybe really prepared you for the role you're taking on now? I know there's so many hats you got to wear in this industry.
I think having thick skin is probably a really important one. You know, viewers can be harsh at times. So I have thick skin, I think, and I'll need that going ahead with the City Commission. Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it.
And, you know, I want to give you the opportunity to address the people watching and address some of the people who voted for you about what you're looking to bring to the commission and why you're ready to take on this role.
Well, and I think part of why I had success last night, we had people go to the polls and people wanted a change, but I think the name recognition was helpful. Spending that many years and gaining people's trust, going into their living rooms and telling the news, I think that was a big part of it, that people trust you and know that what you say is what you'll get. So that's part of it. Going forward, I'm just looking forward to, you know, helping with law enforcement, helping the entire city, not just downtown. I think we need to make some changes downtown with the homeless population, maybe some drug and addiction help, mental health is important there too. There's just a plethora of things that we need to do.
Sounds like a lot of work to be done. Just plain and simple, how excited are you to get started?
I'm very excited. This will be, it's my first, you know, step going into politics. Not something, like I said, that I ever thought I would do, but I'm excited to get started. I think more people need to consider if they want change, not just sitting on the sidelines, but actually doing something about it. And I'm at the point where I'm able to do that, and I don't want to just be a complainer or someone that's, you know, pointing out what's wrong with the city, but also what can we do to help it.
Excellent. Well, Michelle, thank you so much for joining us in studio today. And is there anything else you'd like to add before we let you go?
No, I just really thank the voters for coming out and voting last night, putting their trust in me, and I really hope to serve them well.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching Valley News Now. Until next time, I'm Adam Chalifoux with Michelle Turnberg.